now we're recording. Quick review. We're doing distance formula from a house in Middletown out to our house. Here's what we do when we plug it in. Okay, here we go. Back to here. 10 minus negative 6. 16. 3 minus 5. 16 squared. Plus 4. Now, for now, we would accept that as your final answer. Okay? For now. But we could see if there's a perfect square that's a factor of it. Does 4 go into it? It does. 4 goes into it 45 times. No, 50. 65 times. 65 times. So it does factor to 4 and 65. So that becomes 2 radical 65. Don't worry about the reduction or the reducing of the radicals yet. I'm not going to grade you on that yet. Square root of 260. All right, we good? Let's do another one. I'm not going to make the fancy map. Here are the 2 points. A is negative 3, negative 7, and B is negative 2, negative 12. Find the distance between those 2 points. I'm also going to come around and check off to see that you guys have your compass straight edge. Notebook and folder. Compass, straight edge, good. Notebook folder. Attaboy, landed. I stole it all from your sister. Plus 4. Alright, Audrey, what do we got? Compass, protractor, straight edge, folder, notebook. Outstanding. Plus 4. Oh, I almost forgot. When you get a plus 4, you get a fist bump. And those are coveted. You get a fist bump. Don't give those out to anybody. So what do you have? Do you have a notebook and a folder? 2 points. Okay, leave not 4. See this space right here? Space of disappointment. It is. No fist bumps for you. Where'd you find your stuff at? Excellent. Where's your folder?
Right there.
Okay. Hey, the most coveted thing. Ron. All right. Compass, straight edge. It's like this row right here. I dropped one. Got a pencil. put in there? Okay, so back to here. Let's find the distance. Tehran, which ones are the x-coordinates? Good. Kaylee, which ones are the y-coordinates? Good. Kaylee, which one did you start with? So -2 minus a -3, quantity squared. If you start with -2 here, you got to start with -12 over here. -12 minus a -7, quantity squared. Don't make those silly mistakes. -2 minus -3, that means positive 3, which is 1. -12 is plus positive 7, which is -5. So we end up with 1 squared is 1. 5 squared, 25. Square root of 26. By show of hands, who got it correct? Lloyd!
I'm sorry.
What'd you do?
I was on pace, and then for some reason I thought it was 7 -2.
Bad handwriting?
Yeah.
That's all right. All right, midpoint formula. Caden, look in your notes. Read off for me, please. The midpoint formula.
x1 plus x2 over 2, y2, no, y1 plus y2 over 2.
Very good. That's called a coordinate. Farmer, what's a coordinate mean? That's right, it's an actual point. It's a place, it's a location. Okay? All right, find the midpoint between these 2 points. -8, -6, we're going to call that C, way down here. And 5, 10. We'll call that D. So find the midpoint of CD. All right, let's see how we did. Farmer, which ones are the x-coordinates?
-8, 5.
Good. So we add them together. -8 plus 5 divided by 2. And then -6 and 10 are the y-coordinates. We add those together, divide by 2. So we do this in our head. What's -8 plus 5? -3 divided by 2. -1.5. What's -6 plus 10? 4. 4 divided by 2. We got the correct answer. Lloyd! What did you do?
I don't even know.
All right, let's do one last one for the midpoint. And then we'll move on. Loy, you better get this one right. Okay. Point P is at negative 317. And point Q is at negative 8, negative 13. Find the midpoint. Lloyd, if you don't get the correct answer on this, you owe me 5 push-ups. Here we go. Negative 8 plus negative 3 divided by 2. Negative 13 plus 17 divided by 2. It gives us a coordinate on a graph. Negative 8 plus negative 3 is negative 11 divided by 2. That's 4 divided by 2. Negative 5.5 and 2. That is the final answer. Who got the correct answer? Haley, what happened? Did you get the other ones right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, check your math. Did you make a mistake on your negatives, maybe? Okay. While Kaylee's checking that, everyone needs to turn to page 5. Did you? Okay. It happens. Page 5 and notes. On page 5, you're going to see 2 boxes. One box of notes is called undefined. Please put that all 3 columns into your notes. And then below that box, there's another box that's called defined with 3 columns. Please put that in your notes. 2 columns in your notes. Let's go. Give you about 8 minutes. If you haven't subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Boy, I'll play some background music for you just to keep you encouraged. That's how much time we got. Let's go to do the notes. We got things to do. I'm going to take all day and just copy notes. Coy, copy down the notes from page 5. Thank you for helping, Cassidy. Clearly, it wasn't that apparent. Ashley, I hope that's in your head the rest of the day today. You go home this evening, you're eating dinner, and lay your head down tonight, go into bed. That's, of course, after you get your geometry homework done, which we do have an assignment. Okay, let's move on. So now let's talk about what you just wrote down in your notes, and we'll give some clarification on some stuff and things like that. A point is usually just designated by a dot like that and a capital letter. So that would be a point A. When we have 2 points, I'll put another one right here. That is called a line when we draw between them. And a line is infinite. Now, it's supposed to be straight. My line's not the best, but with no waves in it. That is a line. A line is denoted like this, with 2 arrows at the top of it. Pronounced line AB. Okay? If it only has endpoints, then it's called a segment. Like that. If it has one endpoint and a line and an arrow at the other end, what's that called? Array. And that's how it's denoted. Array. Does anybody know what it is when you just have AB with nothing above it? No? This means, this has got a specific meaning. So notice that there's nothing above it right there. That means the length of AB. Write it down. Of segment AB. That means the length of segment AB. Like the distance formula. When they don't have something written above it, that's what they want. The length of it. Everyone good? All right. The last thing we want to talk about is a plane. A plane is usually denoted by a parallelogram. Like that. And it takes 3 non-collinear points. Non-collinear. It's a fancy way of saying they're not lined up. In our classroom, Troxel, put your hands in the air like this. And put your fingers together. Just one of them. Okay, now keep it there. Keep it still. Bryant, put yours up. All right, those are 3 points. Bryant and Troxel and mine. Can a single line connect all 3? That doesn't curve? No. And so the only thing that can connect all 3 would be what we would say is a plane. Okay? So another example of a plane, or a way to describe a plane, is like a sheet of paper. Okay, so like this right here is like a plane. Okay, so I could go a point here, a point there, and a point there, and that's like a plane. Kaylee, does that make sense? Okay, good. Another example of a plane in the classroom would be the front wall, the floor, the sidewalls, the ceiling. There's all kinds of planes in here. What do you get when 2 planes intersect? No, it's not a big crash and a lot of people die. That's a bad geometry joke. You get two planes that intersect is like this. When two planes intersect, what's created? A line. In our classroom, if you look at the front wall and the ceiling, they intersect in a line, don't they? Now, those are defined and they end, they have limits, where in reality a plane doesn't have edges or limits. It would go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Let's talk about that. Infinity. If I take a plane across the top of your heads like this, look back here real quick. So it's just going horizontal. Got it? A plane. Just a sheet of paper. That's not you guys. Okay? Now, if we take that north, it goes to the chemistry classroom. It goes out the front door. It goes to 236. And I think that's a cornfield this year. Across the way. All right? If we take it south, sorry, that's south. Take it south. If we take it north this way, that's going to go through Miss Burris' room. Use your imagination. Stay with me. Miss Burris' room, into the shop, into the parking lot by the softball diamond, into the junior high, Coach McIntyre. Ugh, nobody likes him. Then we go through the class out to the practice field. Then we go out near the playground, the elementary. We go into those woods. You get the idea. That's infinity. It just keeps going and going and going. And we got to do that exercise a lot, actually, in geometry, where we use our imagination to picture things. Okay, so it's a good exercise for us. Okay, so we reviewed a point, a line, a plane, a ray, a segment, and how they're all named. Has everyone got it? All right, good. You need to get your compass out and a straight edge. If you don't have one, go borrow one of mine. Hurry up. Okay, those of you that do, nice. Those of you that do, start with a point on your paper like that. Start with a point, and then widen out your compass. I have a width like right here. It doesn't matter how wide it is. I might make it a little bit bigger. And then I put the sharp side right on the point that I'm starting with. And now I'm going to make a circle. I just twist it around. Ashton, you watching? You can see how I'm doing it. Put the sharp side down. And then the pencil, the lead, just lightly drags on the paper. This takes some practice. It's not easy to do. Okay? You might need to put your own pencil in one of those if it's mine. So again, you put the sharp side on the point and you make a circle. Some of those that are mine, you might have to go through a few because they're not very good shape. Here's one right here. That one's a little better. Okay, those of you that are caught up with me, Theron, you caught up with me? Yeah. All right, so now here's the, there it is, right? That's the width of it. That's what we'd call the radius of the circle. I'm going to shrink it down a little bit, maybe about halfway. So now it's halfway. Everyone see that? Approximately. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be exact. It's smaller. Does everyone see that? All right, now don't do anything because now I'm going to pick out a spot on the circle up here somewhere. So I'm going to just pick out a spot about right there. I'm going to put the sharp point on the circle. And now I'm going to draw a portion of a circle, but I'm not crossing the circle that I already drew. Everyone see that? I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So much fun. Woo. And then I'm going to do the same thing, but in the middle, but at just a little bitty arc. Yeah.
I can't do this.
Keep practicing, keep trying. And now I got to make a really small one. Ooh, this is a difficult one. Really small, about right here with my compass. About right there. This is the hardest part, actually. I'm going to do one on this side, too. Oh, so much fun. I'm lucky I got colored pencil here. I'm going to add, just for effect of the ears, I'm going to add a partial arc there. We're using the compass. So much fun. All right, to exit the class today, before you guys exit, I have to see your drawing.
What? Oh,
Yep.
God.
Here's your assignment. It starts on page 14. You do 9 through 14, 16 through 20, 23 through 25. Should take you about a half an hour. Do tomorrow. No, just open the notebook as you walk out. Cassie, there's a couple different ways to do it. Here's one way. I like doing this. Look. Hold at the top. Put the sharp part down, and then just twist it. That's one way. It might be light. There you go. How much time? We get out at 12:58 and it's 12:53. You got 5 minutes.
My ears are nice and even. Look at this.
You should have seen some of the ones I saw this morning. That's not too bad.
Mine looks scary. My eyes are like.
That's what you're getting.
Here's the thumbs back before I'm
Oh, this one's, it's harder when the pencil's that much longer. So what you can do is loosen it and pull it down. So it's about the same. That makes it a little bit easier. You could add glasses in if you want.
No.
I'll add glasses.
Hey, just do it like this.
That looks like an art piece.
It does. It does.
Wait, I have a question.
You can make one of them have a black eye if you want. Nope, you gotta show me out the door. That's how you get out. It's like your exit ticket.
Oh my god.
Oh, those. They're not hard. You have to do like 5 sets or 5 sections and you have to memorize. You can you just hit start and then you can see I think you patterns.
Mr. Bender. Oh my gosh.
We just showed you now.
No, we have to show them.
Nope, that's your exit ticket. On the way out.
See mine?
Oh, I've added glasses.
Look at her. Others looks good. Others good.
Mine did.
How long were you not in?
2 minutes? Nothing like that, no.
Dude, I'm gonna make this guy Does everybody go to lunch now? Because we saved right? Alright, show me your wonderful diagrams on the way out. Dude, this is like really crazy. Beautiful, I like fun. I like that. Hey! You are awful. One eye bigger than the other. Yeah.